so it'll also be posted later on. If you have units or if you have your other leaders, you want to watch this and go back and rewatch it and get your questions, you'll be able to do that. So my name is Scott Thiessen. I'm the Director of Support Services here in the Indian Nations Council. Obviously, we got tonight with Roger Findall. He's our camp director at Hale, and we're really excited to do this. We had one other virtual event, and it was great attendance. We already got a great attendance tonight. But the big thing tonight is all the merit badges. Is probably the most asked questions we always get at camp, of all the merit badges, all the different programs that go on at Camp Hale. So we're excited to actually do this before camp and give you guys all the answers you need. And then we're also going to run through our Black Pug system that so you can see how to sign up for merit badges and do some really cool stuff in there too. Look up reports when you're done with camp and how that all works. So I'll turn it over to Roger, and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
All right, thank you, Scott. I have some notes I'm just going to go through here. A lot of questions I've been getting over the last couple days and last couple weeks, and maybe that'll answer some of the questions right off. Just a quick reminder that merit badge registration does open up on April 1st at 5 p.m. We did have some of the merit badge registration open up early. And so if you saw merit badges opened up and you signed up for some and then it disappeared, that's why. So it was accidentally turned on through the system. So we're going to open that up on April 1st at 5 p.m. So if you saw stuff disappear, it's still in there. It's just you can't look at it right now. A quick reminder that to register for classes, individuals must be paid in full for their merit or for their registration money. So that's individual scouts, not the whole troop. So if you have a few scouts that have yet to turn in money, don't worry, that's not going to affect your entire troop. It's just going to affect those scouts that haven't turned money in yet. So those that are paid in full will be able to start registration. We're going to leave that open for a month. And so we're going to close that on April 30th at midnight. So that'll give you a full month to go log on to the system and pick classes. And if anybody has changes at any point during that time and they want to pick something else, that's fine. You can go back in and remove them from a class and add them to a new one, no problem. After April 30th, if you do need changes to a class schedule, that's totally possible. But from that point, you'll have to give me a call or send me an email to my email address and have me make those changes for you, because the system will be turned off at that point. So I'm happy to do that. You'll just have to send me an email and let me know what needs to be changed. We'll fix that for you. A few other things on merit badges, free time merit badges. You will sign up using the registration system, not at camp. You need to sign up for those beforehand. Some of them will have a cap on them. And so we want to make sure nobody misses out on those. Adult training classes like IOLS, CPR, first aid, you'll sign up for those online as well. And it's just like this. The youth participants, the adults need to be paid in full before they can register for those classes. We've gotten a lot of questions about merit badge fees, and we want you to pay those at camp through the trading post. And so if you've already paid those online because we have that registration system open up early, that's fine. You don't have to worry about getting a refund or anything. We'll still honor that. But from now on, we're going to have the money go through the trading post at camp. Okay. We're going to screen share here real quick. I'm going to let you see what we're looking at here in Black Pug. And when you log in to Black Pug, and if you don't know how to do that, or if you missed out on receiving your registration email, sometimes that happens because it might go to your spam account or something like that. Just give us a call or email me and let me know you need access to the system, and I can get you your registration number so you can log in and take a look at all this. But you'll need to make sure that all your information is up to date before the scouts start picking classes. When you log in April 1st, there's going to be some new information for you to take a look at on here. One of the big ones is going to be, it's going to ask you if you would like to select a check-in time, and that's going to be a requirement. So we're going to stagger everybody to check in when they arrive at camp from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, hour-long blocks, and there'll be so many available each block to check in. And so that just helps us at camp. It can get pretty tight as far as parking goes and people on the road, and it'll help you keep from just standing in line for a long time because everybody arrived at once. So if you could help us out with that and arrive within your check-in window, it's going to make the day flow a lot better. And as always, we're flexible. And so if you need a different time for some reason, you just can't make it at the time that are available, please give us a call. We're happy to help you work through that situation. But if you could pick a check-in time, that'll make things go a lot smoother on Sunday when you get back down to camp.
Oh, Roger, you got frozen.
There's a $100 fee per unit to do that. And so you can just Saturday. And as we get closer to the event, we'll send you an email asking you what time you plan on arriving at camp on Saturday, so we can have somebody there to make sure you can get into your campsite and have everything you need for the evening. We don't provide any food, and none of the program areas are open on Saturday, but if you're coming from a long ways away, sometimes people prefer to get in the day before and just have a nice relaxing Sunday, waking up before check-in starts. Those troops that are checking in early, they'll still need to check in through the office on Sunday and get all their paperwork turned in, health forms, and everything like that. And we'll just have them come in at 1 o'clock and get into the early line to check in at that time. Also, if you haven't yet gone through and double checked your information, it's always a good idea to do that. Sometimes we may not put your address in correctly or a phone number in correctly, and so you can go back and check that and make sure everything's 100% correct. There's also a few other things that you need to start deciding. You can pick your preference for which campsite you would like to stay in at camp. And we try to honor that as much as possible and get everybody into a campsite they want to be in. With some of the bigger weeks, there's definitely campsites are more popular than others. And so just be aware that we try to fit everybody in as best we can. And that's a bigger job than ever with all the new youth protection guidelines and individuals coming to camp. And so we try to get everybody where they would like to be. Also, if your troop is linked up with another troop, say that you want to camp with a girl unit that's out of your same church, here's this campsite preference comment. Please go through there and mark down that you want to stay with that other troop. That way we can put you together in a campsite. And so we try to honor that. Additionally, if your unit would not like to stay in a campsite with girls, maybe if you need to be in a campsite that's just boy troops only, please let us know that and we can work that out. But it's a lot easier to do it before we get to camp rather than Sunday when you arrive at camp. So please help us out and click through all that stuff and make sure it's all filled out for us.
Hey, Roger, I put it in the chat that might ask as you get into this, before you get into where to sign up for merit badge, where do they find the merit badge catalog and what merit badges to sign up for?
Yeah. So the merit badge catalog is on our Facebook page, and you can also find it on our website, halescoutreservation.org, and that's where you'll find all the prerequisites are listed out in there, as well as some other information about recommendations on who should take those classes. I will say that we get a lot of questions all the time about age recommendations. If it says recommended, that's exactly what that means. Shotgun shooting has a recommended age of 14, but if they're a scout that's already handled guns in the past, or they're a bigger scout, they may be okay to take that when they're 12. But we've found that sometimes if we put recommended, their chance to be successful with that merit badge goes up if they wait a couple years. Right here, we have a lot of people ask how to add participants, and you can always go in and add more participants yourself, and you just have to click on this plus sign button that says add participants, and then you can go in and add youth and adults for camp yourself, no problem. If for some reason you're bringing less than you anticipated to camp, we have to take those off. So just give us a call or send us an email, and we'll take those participants off for you. We went through it last time in great detail, so we won't go through it all again. But if you're looking for the parent portal button to allow your parents to help you out with the job of picking merit badge classes or making payments for camp, that's where you turn that on. It's right there in this little gray box that says additional actions. Okay, so once you get all your information put into the account for your registration contact and have your campsite picked out and everything, and you're ready to start picking scouts, it's real simple. All you need to do is come here to each individual scout, and you can see I've put a name down here for this one, Gary Scout, and filled out all their personal information. And then it gives you the option to start selecting classes. And so on here on the right-hand side, it says available classes, and you can do search items by name, shotgun, and you can also go through and just pick classes by the blocks they're offered during the day. All right. And the great thing about this system is once you go through and you pick a class for them, and it goes ahead and populates into that, it won't let you pick anything that overlaps with any other class. So you won't have to worry about double booking a kid on a class and picking the wrong class. The system does that for you. And so some of them, Soaring Eagle, Tenderfoot, take more than one block. And so if it takes two blocks to complete, it won't let you pick something for a fourth block. And so you can go through and fill out their merit badge schedule with their choices pretty easy. If for some reason they want to change something, it's real easy. All you have to do is come back here to the left side and click it off, and it'll remove that class, and you can pick something else. See down here, the free time blocks are here listed. So if you're looking for those free time merit badges, they are included in that. And the adult leader trainings work just the same way. It's the same exact type of system. Once you get his class all set up with everything he wants to do, you can actually see the class schedule and click on a little print icon, and it'll bring you to a page so you can print that off for that individual scout and give that to them to go around to camp with them. At the end of camp, there's going to be some more reports available. Right now, the only one that's up here and available is the class schedule. And you'll be able to see what the troop has enrolled in. But after the weeks over at camp, you'll be able to take a look and print off any of their blue cards and advancement report details from this page. So you'll have access to that both during camp and after camp. So you can print that stuff off whenever you're ready to do that. All right. Is there any questions so far about any of that?
On the blue cards, will they have the signatures already on them to when we print them up, or how does that work?
Yeah. It'll have a signature for each class. It'll say Hale Scout Reservation, and then the instructor's name.
Okay, so all we have to do is just give it to them whenever we get back, is what you're saying?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Roger, we had a question about, does the information import to Scout Book or Troop Master or?
Yes. To tell you the truth, I don't know a lot about that end because I haven't had to personally do it, but I do know that people are able to input that stuff.
Yeah, there is a way. It'll be in the additional actions on this when you have it all printed out, and it basically you just say import, and it does the import stuff, and you can load it right up into Scout Book or Troop Master. It gives you which one you want to choose. So it's really easy. We had a new question. I'm new to this and I don't have the login for Black Pug. So where do I sign up for that? So you kind of go back to the beginning, Roger, and how would they log in to this system?
Yeah. Give me one second here to bring up the page here.
So if he's doing that, it's really important to know that you're going to be using the email, whoever the registration contact is, and then you're going to use the registration number. So if you don't know what your registration number is, just give Roger an email or phone call, or give the office a call, and we'll definitely give you that at any time. But it is the email, and it's really important as he's loading this part up that you're going to go into. When you sign up, it's going to say, hey, you want to sign up as a guest or you want to log in? That's not where you put your stuff in. So Roger will show you exactly where you need to push some buttons to get to where you need to go.
Yeah. Okay. This is the page that you'll log into. It's a.
You're gonna have to switch your screen, Roger. You're on. We're still on the inside the merit badge stuff there. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, this is the page that you'll log in from. I got here from the Indian Nations Council websites, usually the easiest way to find it. But it's a calendar, and just under Hale Scout Reservation in June. And you'll come up here to look up and click on this button that says look up registration. And so once you do that, you'll enter this registration contact email address. That's your email address that you gave us, and your registration number. So it gives you an option to look up the registration number, so you can put your email address in, and it'll send you an email with the registration number. Or if for some reason it's not coming up, most of the time what that means is we got your email address wrong or something like that, and it's going into a wrong email address. So you can call us and we'll make sure it's going to the right place. But you'll put your registration number and email address in there, and that'll bring you back to that page that we were looking at before, where you can start entering in your personal information and all the scouts information to pick out merit badges.
I put this direct link into the chat, so you can just copy that, and then when you're ready to log in, if you haven't done it before and already saved that, then you can just copy that right there and link right to it.
This is also the page, if you're using the parent portal, they can access the parent portal from right there as well.
All right, not a whole lot of questions. You guys are making it easy on us tonight.
One question on meds. If a parent is a leader and their child is going, do they have to turn in the meds to your facility, or can they keep it and administer it to their own child?
You can keep and administer medication yourself as the adult leaders. Really, that's probably the preferred way to do it, because our nurse may not always be around to do that for them. If you do need refrigeration for medication or need it locked up or something like that, we're happy to help you do that.
Okay, so it's okay if we keep it in our troop. That's great.
Yep, just make sure, encourage you when you do your medical rechecks that you talk with the health officer there and make sure everybody's on the same page. But yes, we actually prefer you keep it in your campsite with the leaders administrating it.
So do I bring the medication, like if we have the medication sheets filled out, do we just bring those with us and give them to the health person and so they'll know? Is that how that works?
I would include it with their medical forms. So your
Okay.
medical recheck form.
Okay, all right.
We got a question here, Roger. This is actually something newer in Boy Scouts nationally and NCAP standards. I have an adult with mobility issues. Can I bring a golf cart for him?
So that's a no. We don't allow people to bring personal golf carts with them to camp. We have in the past, if somebody's having mobility issues, we'll try to put you into a campsite that's close to a parking lot, and then we can give you permission to drive and park in the parking lots around camp, so you can get to and from places pretty easy.
Yeah, that's a newer national standard that we have to follow, that we are not allowed to have golf carts from the volunteers, from the troops come in. So what other questions you guys got out there? This one's a good one. Dietary needs. We actually specialize in that. I'm gonna let Roger touch on that. So we have scouts with special dietary needs. We are out of state. How's that do?
Yeah, so that's correct. It's asking if we just need to email the dietary form. Yes, please. Perfect. Bring that. Email that to us before camp. Email it to me at rfindall@okscouts.org. And then I would always bring a copy of anything like that with you to camp as well for check-in. But we're happy to help out with any special dietary needs. We have several scouts each week, anything ranging from gluten-free meals to kosher to vegan and vegetarian. So we're happy to do that and provide you. We may talk to you a little bit beforehand what you can bring from home to supplement, because sometimes scouts have favorite meals they like to eat, and may not be something we can find, but we're always trying to find the most food we can for those scouts.
We have another question about power in the campsites for CPAP for adults.
There is power at each of the campsites, but it's only a couple of outlets. So if you do have a need for a CPAP machine, that's a perfect time to use that notes section when you're requesting campsite locations, just please put down in there that you require power. We'll make sure that you get a tent closest to the outlet in the campsite.
All right, I think we missed it. Is there a way to print out master merit badge schedule for the entire troop? So you can keep track of everybody.
Yes, there is. That's actually this report right here, the class schedule. I don't think we have it turned on here, Scott, but I think we can do that. So yes, there is a way we can do that.
So there is a way. It's just on this demo, we didn't have it turned on, but you can print out, and then it's actually, you can print out where they have like a QR code. And so you can have a QR code and you just scan it and their merit badge comes up, and you can do it where you have a master schedule, and then you can print out an individual schedule for each scout. We have a bus. Great. Means you're bringing a lot of people. Any special parking restraints?
No special parking restraints other than we'll direct you when you get in where we'd like you to park the bus. It'll probably be in the main parking lot down below the dining hall. So where we usually park our big buses. If you're bringing a tour bus or some larger vehicle, just please instruct your tour bus drivers to listen to the staff when they get in. And we have areas where we'll take them down so they can turn around a lot easier so they don't get stuck trying to turn their bus around.
Roger, while we're waiting here for any other questions, anything, just general camp program you want to highlight, anything else you want to tell everybody that we're maybe, some people might not have been on our earlier virtual call, so maybe tell them some of the things we're updating at camp and we're working on right now.
Yeah. So we're very excited right now. We are in the process of building new tent platforms. So we're going to have 150 new tent platforms down at camp this year, and new tents to go along with those. We're going to be spreading those out to all the campsites around camp. So it's not going to be totally new tent platforms everywhere, but each campsite will have at least a few new tent platforms, and that's going to be an ongoing process over the next few years to get all the tent platforms updated. The other big thing you'll see this year is we're totally redoing the amphitheater, a new deck, new seating, and a new backdrop display, and a lot better electrical and lighting down there. So we're really excited about that, and lots of little things, stuff you may not see, new gaiters for the ranger, mattresses for the staff, and lots of little updates around camp. I think says will we be able to bring our troop trailer to the campsite? Yeah, absolutely. You can bring your troop trailer to the campsite and then park it, and then take your vehicle back to the parking lot, no problem.
Roger, on the demo set, can you maybe refresh? I updated so maybe we can see all the reports they may be able to look at. So go back in like you were, and then
Yeah.
The big thing while he's doing that is on the troop trailers. Yes, obviously we want you to, you got your whole life there in the troop trailer, so yeah, we'll park those in there. But there's just not enough room for vehicles, so all vehicles will need to be parked in the parking lot at all times. There's just no cars inside the campsites. It becomes not enough room, and it becomes a safety factor after a while. So please keep that in mind, and especially as you are unloading on Sunday night, to keep that in mind as you go through. All right, so Roger, you can kind of go through a couple of the rosters. They had, the master schedules, and then the scout book upload. All those are all there. So these are all the reports that you could probably get. So the blue cards, you can print out blue cards. everything like that.
Yeah. Registration QR code, unit roster. Not sure how much it's going to have on there, but it'll have all the information you've inputted into Black Pug is what pops up onto there. Class schedule. So that's work for each scout on a separate page. The scout summary is report showing classes by scout. So which classes are my scout taking? I believe that's the one that somebody was asking for.
Yeah, this is going to be the answer to your question, your master schedule. So you want to see where all your kids are on kind of a summary. This would be the report that you would click. And then down a little bit further, there's your scout book export and your troop master export, and it'll take you through all the instructions on how to download that for scout book or troop master, whichever one you use. Question: are there Scoutmaster cook-offs, and if so, what nights? And highlight some of the special programs you do at Hale.
We don't do a Scoutmaster cook-off, but we have a Scoutmaster shooting sports competition on Wednesday. So Scoutmasters will get to participate along with the senior patrol leaders and your patrol leaders in the shooting sports competitions. Scoutmasters will do shotgun, senior patrol leaders shoot rifle, and patrol leaders shoot archery. We have a Scoutmaster meeting and cobbler and get together and have fun also on Wednesday evening. Of course, opening campfire and closing campfire, and a ton of free time activities and competitions. We have a climbing competition that happens Tuesday, and we're going to bring back the Scout Olympics this year on Friday. So there'll be lots of competitions going on all Friday afternoon all over camp, from the snow sports area to the lakefront to Scoutcraft and the Gaga pit, and everything will be used during that time.
Another question, very popular, is branding. You got branding there at Hale?
We do, yeah. Branding will be offered a couple times during the week. That happens down at Scoutcraft, and so we'll have, of course, mugs and stuff for sale at the training post. But you can bring whatever you want to have branded, and as long as it's safe to brand, we'll brand it for you.
Entered in the chat that someone asked if there was a cash or credit card in the trading post, and it is both. They will take your cash and your credit card. Either way works. Patch trading.
Yeah, bring them. There's always at least one or two people trading patches, and there's usually people from 2 or 3 different states at camp at the same time. So it's a great time to do that, is at the trading post in the evenings on the back deck. We have picnic tables you can spread out and trade all you want.
Yeah, well, honestly, I haven't seen a ton of that, but I think that'd be awesome if people did that. So which merit badges are age limited? I don't know if you can maybe pull up the merit badge catalog, but it does say that in the merit badge catalog, correct?
It does. It lists it out there if there's an age requirement. And like I said before, if it says recommended, that is definitely just a recommendation. That's not a requirement. We're just trying to kind of give you some information to look at what your scouts are going to be taking.
Question about campsite inspections. We kind of go over how the campsites work as far as cleanliness and cleaning up and how they all look.
Yeah, so campsites at Hale may be a little different than some other camps. You're more than likely going to be sharing a campsite with 2 or 3 troops, depending on the size of your troop. So you'll be in close with some other people. Our commissioners at camp go around and take a look at the campsites, and they look for safety issues and everything, but we really don't have a formalized campsite inspection or awards throughout the day because for the most part, most people don't spend much time in their campsite. When they're down at camp, they're off doing everything else. But we do have a duty roster that we'll give to your senior patrol leaders the first day at camp, and we go through with them what we expect you to keep clean in your campsite, and that's mostly making sure the trash is picked up and set out by the campsite sign so we can come pick it up for you, and helping us to keep the bathrooms clean. So you'll be sharing the bathrooms with probably anywhere from 4 or 5 other troops. And so if you can work with those other troops to make sure those get cleaned a couple times a day, most people only have to clean the bathrooms once or twice a week.
All right. Well, Roger, I think we're kind of towards the end, unless we have some other questions or anything you want to, any other reminders you remind everybody of, or upcoming payment dates that's coming up here pretty quick.
Big payment date is coming up. April 1st is when the early bird fees end, and that's also when merit badge registration opens once again at 5 p.m. on April 1st. So make sure your payments are up to date so you can start picking classes. OA night, we do have a OA social. It's happening on Thursday night, and that'll be at the dining hall. We'll have ice cream and drinks for everybody, and we'll get together and both talk about upcoming events around the section and NOAC, and also kind of discuss the call out ceremony that will happen on Friday evening.
And then you might mention at the same breath as scout leader meeting that happens.
Yeah, the Scout Master meeting will happen on Wednesday evening towards the end of free time, about 8:45. We get together and have cobbler, and it's a great time to discuss with everybody how their week's been, and see what we can do better, or what needs fixing around camp, and just get together and talk and have a good time.
This year, those that will be at camp, we really encourage it. Our council has a new scout executive, and he's anxious to get down to camp and talk to everybody. And I'll be there often as well. We want to hear from you, and we want to actually ask a lot of questions. We got big plans for Camp Hale over the next several years, and we want your input and what we, what we could or should or couldn't do to make camp even better than it already is. So be sure to be there on with the night there. For the 11-mile hike on Friday, the adult leaders need to attend. They have conflicts with wilderness first aid.
We always ask that anybody that's going on the 11-mile hike on Friday have some adult leaders that attend with them. So if it can't be you yourself, if you can get somebody to help out at camp and go with the scouts and kind of look after them, that'll be fine with us. We can make it work.
Just as a reminder, everybody, that we are recording this, and hopefully tomorrow or by Friday, we're going to have this up on the website. We'll also post it on Facebook, so you can go direct it and you can share it with other leaders that weren't able to make it, or if you want to come back and review something that was in the chat, or that you just know that answer is in there somewhere, you go back and rewatch it all over again. All right, I'll give just another about 60 seconds for any more questions. We'll start wrapping this up. Again, we really appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Hope you got a lot of good information that answers all your questions. We're excited about this summer, but I do encourage you, it's coming up really quick, that early bird fee, save some money, get your fees in, and save a little bit of money and sign up early. If not, that's okay. Obviously, you still got the regular fee that will come up in there. And then just pay really good attention to the all the fees and the refund policy that has changed over the past few years. This is our third year we've been doing this policy, but make sure you pay attention to all those as they're coming up here pretty quick. So merit badge, unique merit badge classes that we offer. What are some unique ones that you don't normally see at other camps?
Yeah, definitely ones you don't want to miss out. Snow sports is the big one. You can't get that most other places. It's a great little ski slope we have. It's a lot of fun. Horsemanship is a lot of fun as well, and not available everywhere. So I encourage people to take advantage of that one. It's a great class. Our instructors have been doing that for a long time. They're really good at it. And so everybody has a lot of fun at that class. A few of the others that we're really proud of: welding. We have a pretty state-of-the-art welding area, and plumbing. And so those are kind of some merit badges you may not see everywhere, but those are both a lot of fun to take at camp.
Yeah, we have a technology center. A lot of the computer type stuff are in there, and we are upgrading, getting the newer computers for some of that. So that's really exciting as well. So those are in some really newer buildings too. So those are always really pretty neat. So. All right. If you do have any other questions, obviously you can get Roger. And Roger, I don't know if you can go ahead and post your phone number and email into the chat real quick as everybody's going out. That way you can do that. If you have any questions at any time, obviously hit Roger up anytime and give us a call or Facebook or whatever we can do to help you out. As he's typing out, is metal work being offered?
It is.
And the answer is yes.
I'm looking through the leader's manual here, and I cannot find anything about age requirements on the merit badges. What page are you looking at when you're finding that information?
That is not in the leader's guide, but it's in the class catalog, which the easiest place to probably find that is on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Here, we'll post that link again.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
No problem. If you have questions about it, somebody else might as well. So. All right, so the link there, halescoutreservation.org/merit badge sign up. There is a link in there that has the actual catalog that has all the prereqs and all the classes, and your age recommendations or requirements are all in there as well. And list all the adult training classes, and I believe it has the adult training class times in there as well. Correct, Roger?
Yeah.
There's a question there about blacksmithing. Which metalwork
is tinsmithing.
Lots of there about something about cope. Do you offer core activities?
We do not offer any core activities at camp.
What are core activities?
That's a good question.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Again, if you have any other questions, feel free. Roger put his email and phone number in there. Call at any time. We're excited to get summer started, and we're going to go ahead and wrap this down, and we won't keep you anymore. Again, if you have any more specific questions, feel free to give us a shout out directly, and we'll help you out any way we can. Another last thing as we sign off, Webelos are crossing over. And so we will take your Webelos. And if you're worried about the early bird and regular fee for your Webelo scouts, give us a contact. We want to help you out, make sure all your new scouts get to come to camp with you. So that's always a popular question too around this time, as pack crossovers are happening regularly throughout. So if you're worried about that, don't. We will help you out. We're partners in this to make sure your kids have a great experience. So again, thanks again, and we'll see you guys at camp, and let us know of any other questions, and we will post this recording hopefully by Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.